Welcome back to Breakfast with Bacon. We are excited that you're with us today. We have Doug Bacon, managing partner here at Throwing Words, whose last name inspired our series. We have Julie Zalua, Jay-Z, who we fondly call her, who's in the background, making sure everything's working. You have me, Lynn Ingersoll, your host, and in a minute, we'll introduce our guest. This whole series was inspired by our current situation, and we were surprised at the things that we were learning about each other. Even though we had worked virtually for years, we're learning a lot. We thought it would be helpful to share what we're learning in the hopes that you will learn something too. And today we have TyAnn Osborn. She is founder, success guide, and strengths guru of Osborn Consulting Group. She's outside of Austin, I believe. I'll get her to tell you a little bit more as she sees fit. And she and Doug met through the Gallup Strengths Finder work. So she's quite the expert, and she's quite steeped in Gallup. And I would love to hear, TyAnn, how your strengths, I mean, since you're so well steeped in this, how have your strengths shown up during this unusual time in our world?
Oh, Lynn, this has been a whole situation. So I know I'm not the only one. And this is what Doug and I were chatting about the other day, is that, it's one thing to say when everything's going well, oh, it's real easy to see how my strengths are showing up. And yeah, it's real clear. And it's a whole nother ball of wax when, kind of everything hits the fan and things are not going so well, to say, oh, here's how my strengths are showing up. And in fact, this is what I see a lot with my clients. I'm sure Doug does too, that people go to one of our trainings or have a coaching session with one of us, and then we talk about strengths, and then they might go back to their office and kind of put that stuff on the shelf, and then they're like, oh, well, that doesn't really apply to my real work, or that doesn't apply when the going gets tough. I'm like, actually, that's when it can apply the most, or that can be when it's most beneficial to you. So I will just say, and this is what Doug and I had been chatting about the other day, is that I think Doug was the one who pointed out 8 of my 10 top themes are futuristic in nature. And so guess what this whole pandemic situation has thrown a big kink into is anything futuristic. And so I will just say, and I'll put it out there for anyone who's listening, if you're feeling a little bit like untethered in this whole time, you're not alone. Like, welcome to the party. And so it has been a real interesting situation for me, and to help others navigate, like, what do you do when you are future oriented, and none of us knows right now what the future holds. And I think we all went into this thing thinking it would be kind of a 15-day, maybe 30-day, okay, now it's 6 weeks, okay, well, now who the heck knows, kind of situation. And here we are.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
Doug, you know TyAnn well. What do you notice?
Oh, TyAnn is in so much trouble. Bless her heart. I mean, come on. 8 of her top 10 about the future. And then leading with maximizer, right? So, Lynn, you're a maximizer as well, but maximizers are about excellence. How do we take what's working well and then make it excellent? And then if we jump to the bottom of TyAnn's list of 34, what do we see? Adaptability is down there. So adaptability, when it's a strength, is I can respond in the moment. I'm focused on today. When it's 33, there's nothing there to fire up. So, and then what else is down there? Restorative. Well, what's restorative? Restorative loves to fix what's broken. Well, guess what? That's not TyAnn Osborn either. So it's, I have this vision for the future. And then here it is, mid-March. I'm literally on a flight to go to a speaking engagement when that engagement is canceled, and then all of a sudden everything that's on the calendar is now either canceled or indefinitely postponed, and I've got a ranch to sell and all these different things, and so nothing is excellent, and there's no clear vision for the future. So bless your heart, TyAnn.
Right, as we say in the South, bless my heart. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up, Doug. That's there you go. And
but other than that, things are great. That's your positivity, right?
You know,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that because I'm a visual person too. What you can't see is behind me. I have this big bulletin board on the wall, and I have this great big year-long map. And I like to see everything I'm doing for the year mapped out. And I had all the engagements and all the clients and all the cities I was going to be at, and it looked beautiful. And I loved coming in and seeing that. And let me tell you, I had to take a big fat eraser. In fact, I took the thing off the wall because it was just blank. And so, yeah, and it is interesting, by the way, just a little strengths thing for anyone out there. Maximizer and restorative are inversely correlated. So if you have one high, the other is almost always low. And the reason is restorative likes to fix everything. They never made a problem it didn't want to fix. Maximizer's like, not worth my time. So that's where you see kind of that issue right now. Restorative's jumping in and fixing it. Maximizer's like, I'm not sure this is the best spend of my time.
Right. And then number two, significance is like, do you know who I am?
I was literally at the airport about to board and get an email that, no thanks, we don't need you coming to our conference. I'm like, but I'm already here.
Yeah.
No, you can just go home. And so that was a little bit of a significant hit right there. And what I was thinking about was so many of my themes are in that influencing bucket. And I really kind of think of myself like a generator of energy. And Doug's probably like, yeah, that's why we got to tone you down a little bit. But what helps me with that energy is I get restored by being with other people, especially professionally. I mean, that's why I love, being with you, Doug, once a year at Gallup. And I really look forward to that stuff. And so when that is canceled, it's a big hit to me. And I need to be with people in order to get that energy back. And so that's really part of what I'm missing. Not only can I not plan on that for the future, I don't have it now. And so that's throwing a kink into things.
Yeah. And I would say too that it's not like you could just go down to the corner market and be with people and kind of scratch that itch. Like it's the right people that you need. It's who it is. I mean, again, that's the bad rap that significance gets, right? I'm always trying to be in a bigger room with more impactful people, and a part of at its best that may be true, but it's really because of what that allows you to do from an influence standpoint when you have that bigger platform or the bigger network. It broadens the impact that you can have. But so many people see that as a negative, or, oh, here comes TyAnn again. Just make room at the podium. She wants to be, where's the spotlight, right?
Well, people might think that, but I will say, and that might be raw significance showing up. But yeah, it's not about me holding court down at the grocery store. That doesn't go well, or at the local Starbucks. They're like, okay, creeper. But what it is the way it shows up for me is I love helping other people discover their inner value and their worth and seeing that light bulb go on for them. That moment where people get it and they think, oh, I am worthy and I do have something to give. Oh my gosh, that just, lights my heart up. And so that's what I love, helping with the strengths message and the other messages that we give. And so that's the part. And if I can do that on a broad scale, oh my gosh, get out of the way. That's the fun part for me. I'm on cloud nine. And so when I don't have that's a big deflator. And so,
Yeah. And
yeah,
one thing that's really interesting about, so how we're very different wired. We're both about people, but you come through that lens of influence and then kind of vision, and I come through from the relationship part. And
right.
and so we both want to have that connection with people, but with 6 of my top 7 being in relationship building, like I want to connect with that person, right?
Right.
So it's how can I hone in on that on the person, but with your influence, as you said, the broader the better. So if I love to see the light bulb come on with one person, but if it's 500 people at the same time, well, then that's a lot better.
Well, and think about it, Doug, how we're like the old church camp skit, deep and wide, right? And then together we're awesome. So I'm wide and you're deep. But how often have I called you to say, help provide me insight with this person, or I'm going to be meeting with this person, and, what's the best approach for them? Because that's really where you help me. And I really value you on that. And then conversely, I'm not sure you would want to hop on a stage in front of 500 people and be the
Only
rah
if I
rah.
know them all. Only if I know them all.
Yeah, I'm not sure you'd want to do that for 4 hours and, be the MC and the energy pump up. So
Mm-mm.
that's why we help each other.
There you go.
So this is what I love about having two people steeped in the strengths finder and the strengths experts.
Always great to be with you, TyAnn, and look forward to what's next. And when you figure that out, if you'd let me know, please.
Always great to see you too, Doug. Thanks. And good to see you too, Lynn.
Thank you so much for
You're
the
welcome.
energy you've brought, and we appreciate your tips. They were awesome. See you next time.